What's going on, people? It is Irish Gunner HD here. You can call me Irish, and welcome to episode 6 of Random Kit Generator. So, today's kit, I got the M5K in the Assault class with the iron sights, tactical light, and the flash suppressor. The sidearm I got was the M9 Tactical. The gadget 1 is the M320 instead of the defib paddles, and the specialization was Squad Flak. So, the M5K, for those of you who don't know, it was a pea shooter. It was like you would have been more affected spitting at people through a straw. Pretty much when the gun first came into the game, in close quarters actually, I believe, was when it came out. But the DICE listened to us. They told us that because the M5K is a weird one. Just watch this clip. I see him run up here. This is all completely on purpose, by the way. I know that hole is there from just knowing the map. And I get him. It was awesome. But they listened to us and they realised that the MP5 in particular, holds a special place in a lot of gamers' hearts. From COD 4 and Counter-Strike, I believe it was very popular in as well. So they realised that when we were complaining that the M5K was completely underpowered, they listened to us and they were like, yeah, actually, it really is for the legendary status that it has. That's the way I think of it, at least. So they buffed it, and it is very effective after the buff. It was, with the extended mags, with 31 rounds, it's as viable an option as any, to be honest. It's a very good weapon to have, and especially in the all kits, it's a very good weapon to be able to pick with any class. The problem is, I got the flash suppressor, which meant that I did not actually have the extended mags, and that was where I found my biggest problem with this weapon was. So, coming up later on in this game, there's basically highlights of 3 games one after the other is what you're going to watch today. In this first game, just later on in this clip, you're going to see me, I run around the corner and I turn around, and I'm coming back up to A actually, where I am now. I'm coming back around and I turn around because I see people on the minimap, and there's literally about 7 guys. It's right now actually, you'll see it. I see A is flashing as soon as I left, so I head back towards it. And there's about 7 guys, right? If I was using any kind of weapon that was reasonably, either the AEK, you're about to see here, turn around, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they just keep coming out at me, it was ridiculous. But if I was using any kind of fast firing weapon like the AEK, or any kind of high ammo count magazine weapon, like an M27 or any kind of LMG, or just just a very good weapon like the M16, I would have had a much better chance of surviving that much longer and picking up a couple of extra kills. But because I only had 21 rounds in the magazine, I was able to get one guy and then I get dropped. And it's the same thing in the clip that you just seen there. I was able to get the first guy and I was only down to two bullets, I think, or 9. I'm not sure which clip it is. This is my second take doing this. So just that lack of ammo was the most infuriating thing, because I was coming around the corner so many times to multiple people and dying because I didn't have enough rounds. And it's the same thing that you run into when you use weapons like the G3, A3, and the Scar H, I believe, only has 21 rounds. 21 or 25, I'm not sure. But any of these guns that don't have the maximum, the usual 31 rounds in the magazine, I tend to get frustrated with by constantly having to reload. But as far as the attachments, excuse me. Besides that, again, we known now that I would have preferred naturally would have preferred the extended mags over the flash suppressor. The flash suppressor, I think, is only really effective on LMGs, if I remember correctly. Aside from actually hiding your flash, as the name suggests, it also, I believe with LMGs, it tightens up their aim down sights accuracy or their long distance accuracy or something like that. But I don't know how big of a excuse me. I don't know how big of an effect that has on the on other weapons, so I don't know. I didn't really feel a big difference. I didn't really feel like I was doing I didn't really feel like it was giving me a big improvement. So again, that's another reason why I would have much preferred the extended mags. But the tactical light was fair enough. It did its job. And that, what's his name, Gabichu? Again, you just seen it there. Gabichu gets M320  4 times over the couple of games that I played. Probably more actually that I probably didn't even, that I just cut out, forgot to keep in. But yeah, so, the tactical light, it did its job, and it did its job in the way that it annoyed other people. I actually had a guy, Pat83, I believe was his gamer tag, his username, complaining, calling me an M5K tac light noob, and I'm like, dude, I actually tried to explain. I'm like, dude, I'm using, first of all, like, come on. And then I tried to explain. And again, look, I come up this hill, sorry. I come up this stairs, and there's like, how many guys? But, yeah, so he's complaining, and I'm trying to explain that I'm, like, what I'm doing. There's Gabichu again, and falling to the hands of my M320. So awesome. Sorry, going off topic. Yeah, the flashlight, it did its job. I didn't really mind it. I rarely use suppressor, so it didn't really take up the suppressor slot. Maybe the laser sight would have been more, for me, for my choice, I always go with the laser, as it offers like an actual physical advantage to the gun, to whatever particular gun you're using. Then for the M320, as you can see there, I got a good few kills with it. It was quite effective. A lot of the time though, it wasn't effective, and I was only getting hit markers, so I wasn't really a huge fan. But it did, like, that, getting that kill through that little gap is probably one of the coolest things that I've pulled off all week, except for, besides the one slug double headshot that I mentioned in my last video. They're probably the two coolest things that have happened in the last week or so in Battlefield for me. So, just for that alone, I suppose I'll say, yep, N320 is fine. The whole kit overall, I liked it. I liked the kind of gameplay that it made you do. Again, with I don't know whether it was a coincidence, but the M9 tactical light, not my favourite sight in the entire world. Definitely not. Not my favourite sidearm. I much prefer, like the M93 or the 44 Magnum, as opposed to the semi-automatic rifles, or handguns, sorry. But, yeah, like the way you were able to play with getting in close quarters, getting in people's faces, blinding them with your primary and your sidearm, I thought that was really cool. And I saved the best clip for last, actually. This little streak that I went on here, I think there was about 6 kills in it altogether. That was the best streak that I got in about the hour or so that I played. So overall, I did enjoy it. It was quite frustrating, but I did enjoy it. Check it out. I would recommend it. Maybe with the extended mags instead of the flash suppressor. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry for going over so long over the video. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching.